Okay, here's some rules that I forget how crazy they are because I was so used to it. We weren't allowed mirrors. I didn't look in a mirror for 15 months. I had no idea what it looked like. Whenever we would go to church in the van every Sunday, girls would try to sneak and look in the window and try to look in the mirror, and we would get in huge trouble for that. Absolutely never knowing when you were going to leave. It was against the rules. Your parents could not tell you how long you were staying. You could absolutely, under no circumstances, go to the bathroom at night. This is because they only had one staff member, and the staff member couldn't leave the group of girls to take one person to the bathroom. So they used a bucket. You had to go in a bucket overnight. Before they got the bucket, though, you just weren't allowed to go, and a lot of girls just peed in their bed. No speaking about anything mainstream, especially not anything like Harry Potter or The Rings, anything remotely close to witchcraft. Humming or singing any mainstream songs. One time I was humming, "Cut my life into pieces, this is my last resort," and I got a hill run. No knowing why each other was there. Even our therapy books that we were assigned to read were covered like with paper. You couldn't even know what anyone was reading. Having to ask permission before you speak to another girl. Maggie did a funny video on this, so you'd have to be like, let's say you bumped into someone, you'd have to be like, "Excuse me, staff, may I apologize to Caitlin for bumping into her?" And they'd say yes. So you'd say, "Caitlin, I'm sorry for bumping into you." And then Caitlin would say, "Staff, may I say I forgive you?" And then she'd say, "Kelsey, I forgive you." And then you'd say, "Staff, can I tell her thank you?" And you'd say, "Okay, thank you." Having to ask before you come in and out of every doorway, except if you're on silence, then you had to go like this and stand there until staff noticed you, and then they say, "Come in," and then you'd go in. Not being allowed to be vegetarian. If you were when you got there, they'd say, "Not anymore." A bed, condiments, and seasonings were privileges that you had to earn, so you couldn't get salt, pepper, ketchup, dressing, anything but water, and you slept on a floor. Oh, also bathing and privacy was a privilege, so you only got 2 showers a week for 5 minutes, and you had to go to the bathroom with the door open. No shaving at all. We were disgusting. No drawing. We had this really easy, stupid homeschool that was like for first graders, and it would take like a week to finish a whole year of a course. So even if you were done, you would just have to keep rereading it over and over and over. I know for me, not being allowed to make friends was one of the worst things about the place because it's so lonely and isolating, but at least we were able to connect with each other afterwards. Yeah, well, now girls there aren't even allowed to know each other's last names. They go by initials.